hell is even that?
That is one big pilot.
For a modern gaming audience.
Why are you running?
Why would you do that? Why would you do any of that?
We're communists.
Woke.
Would you please get your politics out of my comic books? I'm like, what comic books are you reading?
I'm cured! Praise God!
He vatored! He vatored!
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
For a modern gaming audience.
If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble.
Welcome to Nerd Wars. Sorry about that. Welcome to Nerd Wars.
Please clap.
Welcome indeed. Are we even live? My internet is crapping out. Okay,
Yeah.
finally updated. Yeah. We are live.
Yeah.
Correct?
We're live.
Oh my
worry.
God. I fixed one thing and another thing breaks. I hate technology was a mistake. Live with the 5 gifties.
Well, thank God.
Wow.
Thanks to this beautiful chat, you might be able to upgrade or fix or switch out or do whatever the hell you got to do.
I had to sign a new lease recently. By the time that next lease is getting signed, I am doing everything I can to go somewhere with fiber internet.
A lot of scrolling up here. You guys have been in here for a while. And Sean, I just want to say your boss shows up to work before you do. Look at this. Look at this guy.
I know.
We are very inclusive.
He goes on about how gay we are, but he shows up for like every stream. It just makes you
shout out. Look at all you guys. Alec Baldwin's finger came up early. I mean, really, the earliest and gayest is Bly. I mean, we're complete with butter dishes and pride flags. I do appreciate that. Have you had a butter dish? Oh my God, he almost made us go X-rated there. All right. We're still saying hi. Space Rebel. You want to keep saying hi? Anyone? Naganal, everyone. Hi. Riz.
Hi. Okay.
Tomok, there we go. Sorry.
I didn't watch the Read or Die show for you, but I did find 3 of the 4 mangas at my used bookstore, so I couldn't help myself. I'm trying. You're the best.
Okay.
What place are you from?
For 20. Tomok for 20. I'm from a lot of places. That's what he says. Read or die.
Yeah,
NPC
I have a
person,
problem.
Shout out.
Dude, the manga, manga.
I got my butter dish.
It's spreading like a disease in this bookshelf.
I got my butter dish. I used it last night, and it has a butter spreader on top.
Whip it out.
Sealed. Yeah.
Proof I don't believe you.
You know what? We have to grift more before I go run and get my butter dish. But in the meantime, this is what I like to see. Thank you. It's actually not even a friend that I told to do that, but you're a friend now. I'll tell you that. Oh, God. Well, I'm suppressing anger still. Good. Yeah, fine. Butter dishes. Yeah, don't worry.
You guys are often mad at me for not consuming your favorite content, but I think Elric will be pretty happy with that. Which also quite good. If you like dark and you like Game of Thronesy, but like even darker, Elric.
All right. You're making me I might have to go get the butter dish while you talk about our first subject before I talk about the first subject, and then you talk about the first subject, and then I get the butter dish. Do you want to do the precious one first, right? Because it's, I think, the one we're all pretty confused. A lot of things I'm confused on today and angry about. I'm not angry about this one. I'm apathetic on this one. Confused, bewildered. The Golem. Everyone wondered why, even if it's Peter Jackson, even if it's Andy Serkis, why would you come back to do this of all things? Well, he told Deadline, the Gollum Smeagol character has always fascinated me because Gollum reflects the worst of human nature. Whilst his Smeagol side is arguably quite sympathetic, Jackson told Deadline, I think he connects with readers and film audiences alike. Yeah, that's why that video game was so successful, because there's a little bit of both of them in all of us. We really want to explore his backstory and delve into those parts of his journey we didn't have time to cover in the earlier films. It's too soon to know who will cross his path, Aragorn or some dumb shit like that. But suffice to say, we will take our lead from Professor Tolkien. Now, that's fine. That's fine. It's a prequel about Gollum, I guess, because that's what people wanted.
Who are these people you're talking about?
I don't know anyone that wanted to wash the taste of Rings of Power off of their mouth, but I just don't think that that's the way to do it. And sorry, I'm shout out because I can't read and read at the same time. Angry
Wait,
Birds
hold
already
on.
got me.
Our favorite
No,
Latinx
fuck
was
him.
first.
No, he doesn't. He sucks.
How
He
dare
sucks.
we appreciate our chats, even when they identify as
friend.
Latinxes.
It's my friend. I'm allowed to make fun of him. Yeah, he is. I do appreciate that he switched.
Okay. Garfield
switched
has
from
nice
Latin.
things to say about you, but then more importantly, follows it up with nice things to say about me. So go ahead.
Angry Badger already got into the Drinkers Lounge. When will Nerd Wars make an appearance?
Ow!
Congrats on your success, both of you. Yeah, I've tried. I'll try. I'll drag him on. He has to see these movies, but since he is an anomaly, I think Will would love to pick your brain. I'm gonna use his first name finally. Love to pick your brain.
I got Falling Down, and I've got Empire Strikes Back and Terminator 2 on here, and I watched A New Hope as well. Thank you. I have been watching my movies and also reading my mangas.
What are we hoping for here? At best, it's going to be like Joker, like Joaquin Phoenix type breakdown of like Gollum transitioning from whatever the fuck type of hobbit creature he was.
Oh my God.
Creature.
I was gonna make a joke about how long before they say he's queer coded, but you're right. Oh
he's
my God,
definitely queer coded. Hey,
why?
That Bly is historically accurate. Very historically accurate. What do you think they used all those times ago? Ancient butter dishes were found next to beds across the world. It's a conspiracy, much like pyramids. Pyramids and butter dishes next to beds. I wonder what was going on. Those aliens were kinky bastards. Yeah. Hey, he has caught up on a lot of them. I want to say he's at least 30% of the way through.
I'm one episode away from being done with Fallout, and then I'm gonna finish that or follow that with some House of the Dragon, and then sadly Rings of Power season 1. I'll do it. I'll fucking do it.
Churning the butter. Oh my God. Well, someone gets to eat. You ready? Here, let's wait till he sees it. There we go. All right, boy. Yeah. Thy next OVA is Fist of the North Star 1986. 1986 was a very good year. Yeah. I've heard. I was not really that self-aware at that point.
Fist of the North Star, I'm certainly interested. I will say, I gotta watch the first actual good Highlander, and I do still have Search for Vengeance on here, Tomak. It will be watched, I swear.
It's a real pitiful grift you've got going to be paid Reds to watch beautiful culture.
So someday maybe I can afford internet so I can stream.
Yeah, you are a little balance in all things, of course. We need to stop shaming Erwin and start feeling happy that we are raising him right. Now, that is true.
Yeah, I'm doing you all a favor.
It takes a village, and us collectively are shaping him to be what a full adult should be, culturally enriched, not the actual chuds, the actual troglodytes. Yeah.
You guys are helping me get cultured. I do appreciate it. One of the reasons I had to buy all these comic books, and one of the reasons I've been trying to see more movies, is because I would like to write a comic book. So it's nice. It's good to see all these movies and all this good entertainment, because then I can just steal all their good stuff. Get inspired by it.
Localize it. Make sure you use plenty of kung fu powder if you do the fist fuck of the North Star. That's a very specialized sex move. That's
how you get monkeypox.
When you do your fist fuck of the North Star, do you finish with the swirl or with the snap?
I do the figure eight.
I go the counterclockwise infinity symbol. It works for everyone, but only for 38 seconds.
This is what I'm saying. All you nerds are always like, "Oh, you need to watch this. You need to watch this," to people who haven't seen stuff, and then all these people you recommend stuff, they never ever watch it. But me,
yeah. And by the way,
I watch it.
You want to see how this works? Guys. Hey, buddy.
Out of the goodness of my heart.
Hey, buddy. Have you seen Karate Kid? Did you recognize this? Have you seen the actual first Karate Kid? No, you haven't.
Wait. Well, don't worry. I'm not sure if I've seen it in full. I've had to have as a kid.
But you've seen it in the backdrop.
They're coming out with a new one, so honestly, I'd probably wait for that. It should be great.
Yeah, well, they'll learn kung fu in Karate Kid.
Y'all want to hear about some X-Men 97 and how close my prediction was to Wolverine coming home drunk, seeing Morph, saying you got a pretty mouth, and making him turn into Jean Grey?
Okay, to be fair, we all made that that's probably happened. He's probably been drunk. And Wolverine was like, "It's fine, just turn it into Jean. I don't care," and went for it. Yeah,
Wolverine is a savage animal. He would fuck a gray glob. I feel like X-Men 97 showrunner confirms Morph. Badger's good friend Bo DeMeo confirms Morph was confessing romantic feelings for Wolverine in season finale. And in the process of doing so, somewhere around here, sorry for all the scrolling. Oh God, I'm terrible. I'm the worst human being
Told
ever.
me never to do this.
I was so close. I was literally right next to it. Here we go.
Anakin, this lightsaber is your life. Yeah.
So
I've watched
close.
all up until this.
Part mouth.
Do you know how he got here, Wolverine? Did you
so
see
you didn't? You haven't
No,
watched it.
I watched that part. He got
Adamantium ripped
they did the famous, he got the adamantium ripped out of him. And then I did not watch this one, but I heard about it. So this is Morph as Jean Grey. So it could be explained away. Well, maybe he just said it for reasons. No, they remember when he went into the shower in the first or third episode and he asked for the hard to reach places. Yeah, no, it was what we thought it was. Thought we didn't catch it, but we did.
I thought I had it then, and then I was like, no, wrong. And then this, you just combine the two, 100% correct.
It's the DEI tax.
Look,
you want the reframing Cope version. He could have destroyed, he did kill another straight white male that he might have cucked. Cyclops turned out all right, sort of, until, maybe a little bit. Yeah.
So I will say, this gentleman has been enjoying X-Men 97. A lot of our side who actually got around to watching it have been enjoying it.
I've been enjoying it. I thought it's been
and then they ended with this.
They can't help it.
Oh, bro. Oh.
Do you think we should just give them Morph? Do you think it's one of those things? It's like you can't just give us Morph. All those Morph stands coming out. I think it's.
I'm shipping Morph and Ditto the Pokemon.
Yeah, I would be fine to have Morph, but you don't have to then ship him and Wolverine. You don't have to turn every bro ship into you and I would be gay for each other if we get adapted by Disney. You'd be black, and we'd both be gay for each other in the Darwin and the Beeve adaptation. Not that there's anything wrong with that. Shout out. Sorry.
Speaking of, Ninja Turtles has The Last Ronin, which is really good. And I've talked about The Last Ronin 2 and how it was all 4 different colors of turtles and 2 of them are women. And I'm just like, no, I can't do it. While I was at the comic book shop, I saw some floppies of it. So I decided to open it up. Casey Jones. You know how Casey could be a name for a guy or a girl? Well, guess what? Casey Jones is a girl in it too.
Of course. Of course.
I want to give you money. Give me The Last Ronin 2, but without all the DEI, please.
Defender here, 98. Society is completely done with Koof, yet for some reason NPCs refuse to let it go. Because it's a big business. Guys, Koof is 100% over. No more mandates, no more jabs, no more variants. Shut the fuck up and move on already. Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, I agree. You have to remember that we had a nice little mass formation hypnosis happening where on every single level, you basically had a bunch of puppets that would believe anything, and they're still coming around wearing 2 cloth things that can breathe air, right? Koof is micron smaller than that, right? So if air can get in, but again, that would use basic fucking logic, which they don't have. What are you going to do? What are you going to do except laugh?
That's kind of how I got my start over on Band Video, was making documentaries about that stuff. And I didn't go along with it, and it was really, really tough and crushed my soul. And now I talk about Wolverine saying Morph has a purty mouth, boy.
Yeah. People alone in their cars, Lady Aaron D, really gets me going. Really in my, because it's like, and these people all vote. They all vote. When you see a lot of the polls, they're the ones answering the polls. So just a reminder on polls too.
My buddy told me that a bunch of people we'd gone to school with, they moved out to California. But now, apparently, they're all posting on Facebook that they're moving back because the cost of living is too high. But they love the culture and the people. Build the wall! Build the wall around my state! Build the wall on the east, up the east coast of California, please.
Oh, and that's the other thing. They don't even know that most of the social distancing was just based on what they could sell you. What they literally, like in the UN, where they, we can't do 3 feet, but we can do 6. We could push 6 feet. And which, by the way, I was sort of fine with that because stay the fuck away from me. But just don't. It's a magic rock.
They want us to be separate so they can face scan us easier.
Yeah. Which, by the way, how can we be in our little overpopulated 15-minute cities and be 6 feet apart? It's just not working.
I want to correct Big Rat Killer. Ugly people and also criminals still wear them as well.
Crimers, I believe they like to go by crimer. That's how we
Crime.
identify. Speaking
Well,
of crimer,
you're
and
from
crime, yeah, I'm fine. I somewhere
You have
in
a
there I
black
have
friend.
a card. Am I the bad bigot type? It's Bad Baby. I was like, you're Bad Bigot. That's your rap name. Bad bigot type. If I hit on the tard version of Blabs, bro, don't fucking simp. God damn it, you created lore. Mr. Tech Rat simps for Blabs the Tower Tard. There you go.
You could do better.
The question was we couldn't we all?
Over on Badger's channel on his stream,
Honestly,
we
I
finally
hope
got
you
a
have-
face reveal for Tech Rat,
Yeah,
and
we did.
I
Hey,
give
bad
him a 12 out of 10 easily.
I'm
Giga
sure
chat.
that myself and chat, which is you little retarded rat babies together. There you go. That's what he's simping on. That's should tell you what his dating life is looking like. Blabs Tower Tower, shout out. What's up, Mike Ramos in the chat? God. Everyone watching X-Men now? All right. I think I've been delaying it.
People were thinking, oh, hey, people are saying it's good. I'll let it finish and then I'll watch it. No, I'm good. Wait, hold on. We got to talk about Agatha real quick.
Please
Wait,
tell me about it.
You're ready to go rage mode already.
No. Yeah.
Do you believe they were meaning all this Agatha all along bullshit? Do you
No.
really think it was a super smart marketing gimmick? No. They failed. I still don't even think they're going to keep this name.
I think that someone came in there with, like, admittedly for them, a smart idea of like, yeah, this shit ain't working. Come up with a really bad name, delete it, and then we'll just say that the name was Agatha all along, and then that person now will be in charge of every Marvel movie going forward because they came up with this fucking one idea. Yeah.
Let's test chat. All right, let's see if you remember these. We got House of Harkness. We got Coven of Chaos. Darkhold Diaries. I called this one as fake from the beginning. The Lying Witch with Great Wardrobe. They had to delete that tweet. It was so bad.
Unless
I don't
they did that on purpose.
They are doomed. This show was already doomed to pulling this crap, whether it was real or not. Doomed or like doomed on top of doomed, doomed squared, doomed wrapped inside of doomed, thrown into a black hole of doomness. And even with all that doom, we're still probably not going to get Dr. Doom anytime soon.
Speaking of, I don't think Doom. This is not a real thing, by the way, John. It can't be. I'm not even going to look this up. Phlebotomy, Tommy. Phlebotomy. How can you have a thing say two things at the same time? Blood signs.
All right, and then we got one last one before. God, actually, I want to apologize in advance to chat for this one. We got one more before Angry Badger goes full anger. Queer Planet trailer. New Peacock series will explore sexual diversity in the animal kingdom. Queer Planet. And it's like, oh, well, it's not pushing what you think it's going to push.
Return to the Frogs, gay, or when everyone knows it.
Exactly what you think it is. Flamboyant flamingos to pansexual primates. Sex-changing clownfish to multigendered mushrooms and everything in between. And it's all about introduces the scientists questioning the traditional concept of what's natural when it comes to sex and gender. It's totally normal, guys. Chop your kids' balls off. But it's like Planet Earth, but for the LGBTQ LMNOP community. Bro, we've gone off the cliff, guys. We've gone off the cliff.
What's blood science, precious? Okay. Lord Botha, $9.99. You know what I noticed? All successfully shows these days have men heavily involved who care a lot about the source material that when gone, the show tanks. Cavill, Oda, DeMeo, and Sanda with Shogun. Yeah, even if DeMeo gated up, if he had to just put his finger in the pie a little bit, that's fine. You know what? Honestly, maybe that was his dad tax. He's like, fuck you. I wrote this. It's good enough. Give me my... He's fine. Take your little shower joke. Enjoy it. Still got fired. But yeah, so people that actually cared about source material.
We've been talking about. I recently made it through the first arc of Chainsaw Man, which was amazing, and I'd seen the first season of the anime first, and it was like the exact same thing. They did like frame for frame on a lot of it. This stuff. Well, that was the worst possible one I could have opened up. So they don't have. They're demons. They're devils. I don't think they have nipples. Don't worry. But they clearly care about it, and the manga was super successful, and the anime was also super successful. They tell us, "Oh, you want something different. You want to update it for a modern audience." No, give it to us as close to 100% the exact same as possible, please. Now or else.
Manga. I totally knew that. It's not manga. It's manga. Fucking scrubs. Definitely never said that wrong before.
Quote, we've all heard of gay penguins. Have you guys all heard of gay penguins? Is that a thing?
I've heard of 2 male penguins, raising an egg. We were talking before the streams. Obviously, Jurassic Park mentions the frogs who can go back and forth between genders. That's what the whole point was in Jurassic Park, how they were able to do what they did. Yeah, just because it exists in other animals.
The freaking frogs gay.
Yeah. Well, that's because the atrazine that they put in there and it makes them switch. There's a little bit of gayness, a little bit of trans, all the same thing.
I'm excited to be part of Queer Planet, especially during Pride Month. This is that time of the year where I have to remember, oh my fucking God, it's almost about to be Pride Month, and just prepare myself. And on Peacock, surely the most colorful and glamorous of all streaming services.
I think you're going to need to say that a little bit gayer when you say you're excited for Queer. Iron Jew, Wolverine's
Peacock!
like...
We're putting the cock in Peacock and in the beeholes because we're obsessed with them.
Clip it. Wolverines versus Badger. Well, by Wolverines, I assume you mean the anti-Russia radical group from the 1980s Red Dawn movie, in which case I do believe they have guns and they would shoot the Badgers. So at least that's who I'm betting on.
I actually found a Badger comic book that looks really sweet. I'm going to try to pull up the picture without doxing everyone.
And don't dox our conversations because you'd see the gamer words that we don't actually. Well, sometimes.
Only if I click on Hypnotic's DMs.
You fucking bigots, we're not making the frogs gay. We're just making safe spaces for them to come out and be in their natural true selves. Everyone knows the frogs are naturally gay and they were just a slave to the heteronormative patriarchy. Shout out Jinx Monsoon for freeing us from that. Could you imagine? Thank God.
Shout out to Jinx Monsoon. I know who that is. Because like Badger, I'm also now a Doctor Who channel.
Oh my God. I don't like the hair color, but I do approve of this.
And that middle one's a vampire.
Why is there a fucking beaver biting Badger? Look at that. There's a beaver biting him on the shoulder.
It was up front. It called out to me. And then I was like, oh, there's only got to be one. And then I went to the next one. I thought about buying them. How much were they? $2? Honestly, I might buy them next time I go in there.
Shout out to Tomok for 20. When we get in some LGBTQ plus down diagonally right fierce.
I was wondering, LGBT. Oh, okay.
I thought he was calling in a Helldiver stratagem for a second, and I was like, don't call it hello, Fresco. And he just drops in like a gay nuke, 500 milliton.
He's doing an LGBT Hadoken.
Do you identify as a non-binary frog adjacent?
Binary frog adjacent. Not
nice
yet.
Beaver.
Not yet. Currently gay in another timeline is degenerate enough for me.
Badger's never met a beaver he's run from. Okay, I will tell you that. There you go. Thank you. Badger gets the beaver. I turned around and I bit that beaver right back. Badger doesn't like the. We're fine. Stratagem. What's that? Yeah, you've played. Shut up. You played one game. All right.
It's time.
You can hide?
Y'all are ready for the anger? Here it comes. I'm just gonna sit back.
I've contained my rage for as long as possible, but I shall unleash my fury upon you.
Yeah, I quit. You're in charge.
Yeah,
you're in charge.
Let's start with the ratio. Just refreshed it. 427,000 downvotes to 233. And we don't even have the excuse to say that this is because of Sweet Baby Inc. Oh no, Ubisoft did this all on their own. And I know, obligatory before we get into everything, before we even get into the ruination of Assassin's Creed, and yeah, I'm real biased, so I probably should recuse myself. Instead, I'm just going to destroy. But let's go over the fact that this is what they want you to pay. This is first what they want you to pay to get this revisionist history ruination. $69 at the cheapest, all the way up to a fucking $17.99 a month subscription. Because remember, they also said you will own, well, excuse me, that's the other one that said you will own nothing and be happy. They said get used to not owning your games, which is sort of the same message. So at most, the Ultimate Edition, $130. $130. So yes, just on that level, shouldn't even be purchasing this, should have nothing to worry about because, right, we're doing the 2-year moratorium on AAA games.
It's
that
Ubisoft.
Being said, it's Ubisoft, right?
people are already going to hate it and not buy it just for that.
And okay, because this all happened at the same fucking time. The reaction was quick and visceral. Yes, as had been pointed out, had this been 10 years ago, Yusuke, who it is dubious whether he was a samurai, and I've really been doing research into this, it seems like at best he would be considered a samurai the way a Jedi initiate would be considered a Jedi, you know, the way Tom Cruise is considered a samurai adjacent in the hierarchy somewhere, but not a fucking capital S samurai with the title and the fiefdom and the lordship. And yeah, as also pointed out, if we're saying systematic racism exists now, it certainly existed back then. So no, the other samurai weren't exactly probably happy with Yusuke. So they're going to have him do a bunch of historical shit he wasn't involved
he was like a sideshow. He was an exotic. Oh, that's weird. That's crazy.
Racist. No. So first, it's this cope of people trying to say is, let's not pretend we're mad the new Assassin's Creed Shadows samurai isn't Asian. That is, first and foremost, precisely why people are upset. That when we finally, in every other game, the protagonist has been for the most part, with very few exceptions, and if not, there's a reason. But even then, and when they point out, like, I know one of the writers, like, oh, you have enough white protagonists. It's like, okay, cool, calm down. First of all, no one was asking for a white protagonist. We just wanted a Japanese one. And I think you and I were talking, would be no problem with Yusuke showing up and being a person of note, because what really is pissing me off is this fucking reframing right here of Assassin's Creed doesn't care about historical accuracy, and neither should you. The fuck? God. It doesn't care about historical accuracy. First of all, and granted, this is just in the last ones where they've really started to slack. They always cared about historical accuracy. And all they did was put their storyline into already historical events and characters. And so you can even see here, Assassin's Creed never cared about historical accuracy. Yeah. That's why Odyssey and Origins have a mode. They have a discovery mode literally dedicated to it. And then this is the one down here. This is from the first Assassin's Creed. It was supposed to have the one that back when the first Xbox 360, not the first Xbox, but that 360 version, where he was supposed to have a crossbow, and it was shown in the trailer, and then the actual game he doesn't. And it's because in that time, crossbows weren't commonly used, hadn't been invented, whatever. So they took it out. So yes, they always cared about. I'm gonna have to calm down before we move on to the Wikipedia edit. Let's talk to chat for a second. So yes, it always was historical accuracy.
It comes down to they're not doing this because that's the character we want, and we want to do it accurately. They're just like, how can we get a black guy in our Japanese game?
Yeah, and the Japanese aren't exactly pleased about this. Aren't exactly shocking that you can go so long. Yeah, sorry, you're right. My bad.
Hashtag cancel Ubisoft Plus.
For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus and Ubisoft.
What do they call it? Do they have a name for the streaming, the monthly?
Ubisoft I don't Prime? Know. Hold on. I will.
Ubisoft Boots. That I would sign up for.
So this is all translated by Google from Japanese people, but the one that really got me is the underlined one here. That's obviously why it's underlined. For the first time, I understand what cultural appropriation was like. Could you and when people say, this is what really pisses me off, when people go, we've been asking for this game for 10 years. It's like, yes, we have been asking for Assassin's Creed set in Japan with a fucking Japanese protagonist. And the best we've gotten, and it's out now and getting review bombed because fuck Sony, is Ghost of Tsushima. And the cope that people are being told, oh, you want Japanese samurai? Just go play another game from another fucking studio. And again, this smells, it's not Sweet Baby Inc., but it smells of the same tactic of, and I will show here, someone claiming to be, they worked on the game, the original version of the game, saying that originally the plot focused on a young monk, Yamayuchi Taka, as the playable ancestor, and Taka means hawk, and of course, if you played the games, you know the first name always has some sort of bird of prey etymology, and it was him chasing after pieces of Eden, which are these ancient tech. Anyway, it was a whole nother character. And then the summer of love happened. St. Jesus Ford Lionheart, or whatever the fuck Az says. And they changed. Shout out to the Lionheart. They changed it to to Yasuke. And while he could have been a character,
Whoa, hey, Yasuke. Pronounce it right. If I have to say manga, you have to pronounce it right.
Napoleon, other historical figures show up, and you reframe what they did in history to be either pro-assassin or pro-Templar or chasing a piece of Eden or something like that. So I would have had no problem with him being a character in it, but the idea to make him full on, to then have him participate in historical battles and have a station where even others are like, no. And that has led to this fucking Wikipedia battle.
So are you not going to get a Yusuke tattoo?
No. Oh, no, I have to disavow. Oh, honey, baby, sweet child. I've played and 100%ed every single Assassin's Creed, with the exception of Mirage, which I still have, and I haven't played it yet.
Too many Egyptians.
I can't. This is when first of all, everyone that knows the lore is gone. Everyone that actually wrote the original Assassin's Creed are gone.
That's all these companies.
Right. So
shells of their former selves.
Yeah. So before we get to that, Japanese people are being banned on the subreddit for asking or talking about the fact that there's no Asian male. You can see here this person mentioned it, and then right there, banned by the PS5 for no other reason than mentioning it. Hype. Yeah, hashtag stop being. Hold on, I saw Desmond somewhere. Remember Desmond? I do remember Desmond, and shout out Nolan North. It was all downhill from there. By the way, Desmond, not a white character, who played Altair Ibn La'ahad, not a white character, who then also played Ezio da Firenze, Agatha da Firenze, not fucking a white character. Then he played Kana Rahotahagan, or however hell you say his native, not a white character. So it's like, okay, fine. Then you finally get to Matt Ryan's Edward Kenway. Sure, white character. He's Welsh in the Bahamas in the time of piracy, when you find out, shockingly, most of the pirates were white. You want to go on? French people in the fifth one, but I guess all white people are the same, so it doesn't count.
I don't think anyone has to keep going on. Calm down.
Point is, just a horrible reframing. No, I'm going to kill them all. Slay. Anyway, right now,
I will say Afro Samurai is actually really good, and it's got all the hip hop, and it's got that the swagger of a young black teen to it, and quite good. This, I don't think. It's just like, we want a black guy for checkbox. Also, yes, please read out Tomok's wonderful.
If you guys want to get Ninja Stealth game, the Origami games are good. Most of the time, they are $20. $20. What? You could certainly afford that.
I don't think I will probably ever buy a $70 game again. And Ubisoft's like, $140, please.
Lord Botha, I can't deny you this, but also apparently in their tribe, being stoic and not talking a lot was. So yeah, when he did talk, it was to express emotion, and at least in the beginning, it's boo boo bee boo. But he becomes pretty based towards the end. Yeah, I'm super triggered, super fucking triggered. I don't know.
I've asked before. Well, I don't know if we talked about it, but how triggered you were when in Assassin's Creed 3 you had to be a Native American boy?
That's the thing, is like, I had no problem playing Freedom's Cry as Adewale.
You were in America. Like,
Jay. It's funny. Americans. Jay on one of in the mornings talked about, like, well, they should do the Haiti Rebellion. I'm like, motherfucker, they did do the Haiti Rebellion. Freedom's Cry for Black Flag 4. Say that 4 times twice. Jesus Christ.
Joe Biden shouldn't.
Haiti Slave Rebellion. Adewale. No one said anything. It was good DLC. Aveline from Liberation. Again. No one said anything, because it was not done for nefarious purposes or for ESG scores, or to really, what I think this is, some sort of weird revisionist history shit, which has led to the Wikipedia fight. This user, Theozilla, literally the equivalent of turning the light on and off, or closing the, hold on. Yeah. If you say Flag Ninja or Black Flag
during the Skull and Bones days, there was a hypno video. I might have had to edit something out on accident. It might have pulled at Joe Biden a little bit, and I kept it for blackmail purposes.
So I don't know who this dude is who has the Heisenberg glasses, but he came in and said, like, no, I'm reverting the pages back to how it was before cultural imperialists on this site changed it. 100%, by the way. And so here was the original one last night. Basically,
I prefer cultural colonizers.
That there's no evidence that Yusuke was ever granted the rank or title of samurai. And so look, I will just go over this, because I was Where is it? Here. What is the specific, because he keeps being called the retainer. What is the specific term of the retainer? And they do say that retainer is essentially in the feudal system. It's a rank in there somewhere of samurai, but it's like little s samurai. It's not capital S samurai. So, and he would have not been as accepted. Yeah. And then sword bearer, literally, like, he would have bared the sword. He would have not let go. He wouldn't have been fighting on the battlefield. So a lot of, you can have him in there, and you can have him do things. You can change the circumstances of things, like the reasons for them to happen based on ideology, like in the game ideology, Templar assassins, but you can't change the actual historical events. At least they never used to. And if they are now, well, then what's the point of even trying to fit this sort of Isu fictional narrative into real history if you're just going to fucking make up the real history too? This point, it's just DEI masturbation.
It's alternative history. There's certain people really like alternative history stuff, and then they're just like,
the point of that,
no, screw that. We're just going off the deep end.
There you go. Do this. $2. Recommend the anime film Sword of the Stranger. I like anything with sword in it.
Oh, Fist of the North Star. We got fist and swords.
They've got their grubby little paws in it, and then I did just want to shout this. I think this is pretty. Yeah. I guess if you're going to be able to switch between characters, if you don't do the stealth portions with Yasuke, because it might stand out a little bit during stealth. You might not be able to blend in if you do the assassinations during this moment.
He was a circus sideshow. The guy hadn't seen a black person, and then he's really big and strong. And they're like, oh, look at his feats of strength, right?
So I really was trying to do my damnedest to do my research. It's a horrible habit that Nerd Wars has given to me.
I hate it. I wish I could just be lazy and angry.
So because everything is in an editing battle, I've had to go back in time to fucking 2021. And here we go. Already a story, the bogus story of Yasuke and wokeness revisionist history. This is from 2021. What happened around here? Was it Jesus Christ, can't even speak. George Floyd died. Here we go. they did it even back then. He did feats of strength. They didn't think he was real. They thought they made him wash in front of them because they didn't think his black skin was real. Nowhere in any of the histories does it say he actually received martial training. Did he fight? Sure. Did he have a short sword maybe that was gifted him? But a fighting and a short sword does not make one a samurai. Otherwise, I'd be a Jedi and a Witcher and a bunch of other shit because, revisionist history. Here, every time Nerd Wars does that, he's a pirate.
From what I read, he did help defend his master or whatever. Like he did do some shit. Like
and that's the other thing.
We're not talking crap about the historical figure. It's just the spotlight that they're putting on him.
You end up really ruining what he might have done by saying shit he didn't do, and then no one believes anything. It's dubious whether even he actually spoke Chinese or if he was going through the Jesuit mercenaries and missionaries and other, because those are supposed to be the Templar versions. That's how they're going to explain the Templar influence. But in other words, it seems like at its most charitable, you could say that he did some fights and he ended up getting some level of respect. And then at its most not charitable, you could say what you just said, that he was just he walked around, he carried a sword, he did some feat of strength, and he was just an oddity that Nobunaga liked to collect.
Jesus Christ. Oh, okay.
Nobunaga. He was the demo.
We got away saying oh my God.
Nobunaga.
And then of course, on top of it all, they had to do the Asian girl, which is normally it's okay, they're giving us as we all know,
would be fine with that.
Asian women are the new progressive white women.
First of all, when they said you have a choice between a male or female Ivor in name etymology is only female in Norse, and the female is the canon version in the comics. Same thing with Odyssey. Cassandra is the canon version. They wanted They wanted to do it with Bayek too. They did not want him to be the main character. So no problem with a female assassin, shinobi, whatever. But you needed a counterpart. You needed a male samurai.
Guys, I'll say if my internet craps out, I'm actually just doing a Mo Zamboni cosplay for the record.
Yeah.
Jive, sorry.
Jive talking samurai. Yeah.
Wait, can you do an Asian accent but talk jive for us? Come on, Mr. Professional Voice Actor.
Hey, this is my Asian accent. I must jive talking samurai. You think I am no? I gotta think of jive. I gotta think because jive can't just be ghetto. It has to be like airplane jive.
Just say shit and a bunch. Like,
sit here, sister. I am no punk as a white boy, even not the white adjacent. By the way, and that's the problem. That's the other problem here. I gotta find it. The fucking audacity, the sheer fucking hubris of them to say like, oh, I don't think I got it, but of them basically saying like having Asian representation in this game won't help anyone. It's like, oh, look at you, French company being the arbiters for when and where representation is important. And could it be that you don't think it's important in this case because you see all Asians as white adjacent, confirming what we've known for some time now? If you're not black, you're not diverse. I'm sorry. Everyone is white if you're not black. You're just white. You're just some variation of white adjacent.
For those that don't know, Gamergate 1 was basically like hashtag Me Too for video games, and as well as like journalistic integrity and stuff like that situations. And wait, hold on. What were we just talking about? You got Garfield distracted me.
So we're talking about Japanese talking a jive.
Yeah, no.
How representation is not something for them to dictate. It's either important or not, and it should be culturally important.
Ubisoft got Me Too'd. That was my point with all the Gamergate stuff.
By the way,
they were in AAA, woke people in AAA, and then they Me Too'd their ways into AAA studios. Wait, I'm sorry. Started at indie, Me Too'd to AAA, and then now they're finally ruining that. And then that's where you get the Sweet Baby Inks moving from just doing weird indie games to doing like Suicide Squad and stuff like that.
Yeah. And you want to know how fucking dumb they are? They could have easily done a regular, give us Ghost of Tsushima, Assassin's Creed. Do that, and then you want your black game, 1920s or 1930s jazz scene, mob scene, Chicago, have a black assassin. I've already seen artwork for it. It looks dope of the different Assassin's Creed you could go throughout time. Yeah, representation, diversity does exist in almost every franchise, and in almost every way, there is a way to do it and not piss everyone off. Shocking, but they pick the worst fucking way to do it every single time to own the chuds. To own the chuds.
You thought you were gonna get a Sekiro or Ghost of Tsushima. Lol, we can't do that. Sorry, Women Games said we're not allowed to. No way, Sonya.
First of all, you and your breastises are never. I know Hypnotic owns them, but he lends them out, and I appreciate it. You are never late nor gay. You arrive precisely when you mean to. Thank you. You do the Lord's work. All of you mods do the Lord's work, roaming around.
And by mods, I mean half the chat.
Yeah. See, well, that is the sad state we are in with Assassin's Creed. Yusuke has been usurped. The real man, he's being used for nefarious purposes. Assassin's Creed, whoever used to write it, is gone. It's gone. And I will not be purchasing this one.
Kim Belair, when she moved from community development stuff, she is on like Far Cry 4 or something like that. Then she moved on to the Valhalla or whatever, the Nord one, and she helped write some stuff for like all the beats
don't get
camp
me wrong.
And whatnot.
They've been going those ones too.
And they've been going woker and woker and woker, and now this is
there were Black Vikings in Valhalla. There were Black Vikings with the fucking excuse. Well, sometimes they reach North Africa. All right. So, but like it was starting, it was getting sus. Yeah. The reason I like Valhalla is for the Isu, the ancient culture knowledge lore that we got, just explaining those in more details. But yeah, the actual gameplay had been turning more and more fucking Ubisoft, open world sandbox, too big of a map, not enough content, not enough quality writing. You can give me female protagonists all day long if
people are getting tired of that crap. And like Suicide Squad, part of the reason that failed was because people are tired of that looter shooter crap.
And also, I had 100%ed all the games, so I had like that weird OCD of like, come on, just finish the next one. But even that just broke in me. Like again, like I said, Mirage has been sitting there. I've got it 38% off.
It's like when you'd watch all the Marvels, so you could stay up to date, and then eventually one just breaks you, and you stop. And then once you stop, good luck getting people back.
By the way, Endgame was on last night, and I was watching it, and I just felt nothing but sadness. Nothing but sadness.
$1.2 billion for those two movies.
Everyone I saw, everyone that came out of the portal, now just like RIP chat, everyone just filled me with sadness because they're all cucked dead, ruined.
I
No one
know.
gives a shit. And like, maybe that's the same feeling I'm having for Assassin's
Oh.
Creed. It's a sad day for badgers out there.
It's
For
probably
badgers
pretty
everywhere.
similar to how people feel about the next Witcher season that's coming.
Bro, I'm gonna be on fire tonight.
Oh,
It's only gonna get worse.
You're gonna be more flaming than the current Doctor Who. Maybe
yeah.
they could cast you as the next Doctor Who. CD
Hello.
Projekt Red touts Diversity Charter Award for menstrual leave.
Going to
menstrual
chat.
leave. Benefits as part of diversity, inclusion, and equity push. So here's my question: if I identify as a woman, can I get menstrual leave? Hypnotic, or are you in chat?
I would be calling in constantly and saying that, like, women only get it. But no, I get a period every week. I'm one of them 3.0 women, super extra efficient. So I would be calling out every week.
I drink too much, and the next morning I just all over the place.
By the way, CD Projekt Red,
so bad.
They don't even hide it. They have like hour-long videos of them just talking about, oh yeah, we listen to ESG and DEI surveys and polls, and we have this and this and this, and look how, because they think that is weaponized compassion. They think it's just dandy. They think it's just dandy. So yeah, they don't even hide it.
They got awards.
They don't even hide
for
it.
this menstrual leave. Woke awards.
Yeah,
Not only do they hide it, they're celebrated for it and promote it.
Someone in my comments on the video was like, well, you can't really work at peak efficiency when you're suffering. I'm like, well, what about the men suffering with their shit? Can they call out with stuff, or is it just that specific? What if Bob had a big burrito and it's messing with his intestines?
Well, it's the whole women. Sometimes they don't get hired because if they get preggers, then you lose an employee.
Does it count towards statistics of men making more money because they're not taking that time off? Does that work into
or all the overtime and such?
Yeah.
Yes,
ovary time.
This is the state of AAA gaming right here. Are you guys excited? Are you excited to give $70 plus another $40? I don't think I'm ever. Diablo 4 is the last one I'm getting suckered by.
There's a suspicious lack of like side cut haircuts and different colored hair there, at least.
Side boob. Less side cuts, more side boob.
I agree with that. Ovary time for the win. Ovary time for the win.
God.
You get time off every time you have to deliver a food, baby.
Oh wait. Oh my holy, you need to see this. Holy mental gymnastics on this one.
Oh, we'd be getting extra for this donkey honky the Mayo monkey. Where's our paid blue ball leave?
Yes. Mandatory.
Get paid to go into the break room and take care of it. You're not very efficient. You're a little swarmy in the head. Go take care of it. 15 minutes.
If they want government funded tampons, and stuff like that, we need government funded.
Bro, if you give us,
I said it.
Okay, if you give us daily paid wank leave, 15 every dude.
Oh my God.
You can have all the bleeding
Jeffrey
time you want. Yeah, if you give us a daily 15 minutes for a paid wank, I'm for it. That is the type of equality that I'm for it. I don't even think that's a hot take. I think we could all agree to that.
All right, so here's the insanity. Chosen for the DEI award for our work in promoting acceptance of biological differences.
At least they were able to say that in a sentence, that there are biological differences.
Transphobes!
By the way, Lord Botha, this is apparently why everything is failing, is because of things like Game Pass, because everyone's just playing it. Me too, by the way. I played things for free without buying it. And yeah, that's not a good idea.
As Game Pass is failing, then there's going to be no reason for Xbox. And then PlayStation, everyone's been getting mad at Sony and PlayStation recently. Steam, playing games you buy off Steam for $15 or $20. That's how I've been doing it for a while.
Someone
buy like the Batman Arkham trilogy for like $12 during like the winter sale or something. Summer sale is coming up.
Who has had all the Xboxes?
$199
PC Master Race. Yeah, PC Master Race is way to go now, unfortunately.
Wow, yes. When the PC works. On those rare occasions.
Yeah, but I can't defend Xbox for anything anymore. They've just got, by their own design. I don't know why they've decided to do that, but yes, they've completely abandoned. Well, and it's fine. Everyone, even Square Enix said, no more exclusives.
The message! So, turns out Call of Duty Activision, which also owns Blizzard, which is also woke as hell, and they own everything. It's Microsoft. They own everything, so they can buy it and either immediately shut it down or crap something out and then shut it down. And, well, we got some leaks. And this is what people inside these studios that they want changed need to start doing.
The
like,
Gestapo.
us speaking up only does so much. We need all the grums and stuff speaking up, and it's bad. It's as every bit as bad as you would expect it to be. And this sort of stuff is what's really gonna, because people already hate AAA games for all the various reasons.
Oh, and they're not fucking
But
helping.
once you see this stuff and you know we're not just imagining it, you get that proof. People are like that boycott, that 3-year AAA boycott, it might happen. I've been doing it for years, didn't even know it.
Yeah, and I just want to say, during your 15-minute time of wank, you are free to drink. If you can do it at the same
15
time.
to 30-minute wank. Thank you very much.
Let's
I've got a bunch
greedy.
of stamina.
Let's not get greedy.
Really tiring.
Jesus Davila has
hell.
gifted one. Shout out, a man that knows how to wear his Spider-Man mask the correct way, not loppy-eyed like I did because I'm a dummy. Jesus Davila. Or Jesus.
Dummy.
I think you should bring back just straight up Jesus personally. Shout out. Yeah.
All right, so before we get to falling down real quick, before we hit F&T, hopefully they're a little late. I need to talk about this stuff. ABF, you in chat? Yeah.
They probably here. I'll put
Falling
it on the
Down,
tab.
a documentary about Alec Baldwin's finger.
Bro. No lies detected. No.
Wait, what's
lies
going
detected.
on there?
Sorry about that.
you
Weird
doxing?
food history. I had to put on. All right, they got 8 minutes, and we'll see if they're late and gay. Who do they have on tonight? Oh, Danica, comic book girl. Yeah, there you go. John Boy's on it.
So we hit it. Yes, ABF vibes in chat, please.
Oh, Jesus, yeah,
also,
we hit
wait,
it.
I was thinking I need a 1-year anniversary because people like Alec Baldwin's finger have hit 6 months, which is Mage Demon. I think for the 1-year membership badge, I'm going to do ABF's profile pic for it. Hopefully he doesn't sue me or shoot me. Where's my son of I? Where is my? I'm about to freak out. All right,
See,
so we need to watch it. So we need to watch. I need to watch a movie. I am thinking Predator 2. I was talked to it over on Badger's stream where we discussed Empire and Terminator 2. What was the better sequel? And I kind of want to watch Predator 2.
I think I don't know if Alec Baldwin's finger would agree with that. Remember, he doesn't like that one. He might force you to watch something else. I think you should just to see the second part of it because it is a different type of predator. It's a concrete jungle, and Danny Glover is great. But okay, good. There we go. Well, then that's settled.
Okay, all right, that's what we're watching. And then I got Fist of the North Star as well. And I definitely want to check out that Sword of the Stranger. I'm trying to watch and read more Eastern entertainment as ours is destroyed.
Not as good, but worthy of inclusion, to say a dirty word.
All right, I was quite happy with this movie. I really wish he hadn't been a crazy person and such a piece of crap to his ex, because I wanted to root for him. I want him to be a normal guy that does just have like a mental breakdown and actually didn't do nothing wrong. But this guy definitely has done some wrongs. So we start off not even about the movie, actually double-sided DVD, because my buddy had this on DVD. So he gets it, and we have to remember how to use like which one is full screen, which one is widescreen, and then he has his PS5 vertically. So then we had to figure out which way to put it in, to the point where we're just like, whatever plays. But yeah, I got reminded of double-sided DVDs. That was nice. Start stuck in traffic with no AC. I mean, who wouldn't have a breakdown right there? When he just like walks off. All right, excellent, good stuff. And then he goes into a place and immediately hashtag stop Asian hate.
Yeah,
bro. He went a little too. I want to root for him. But instead we got hashtag stop Asian hate, and not the last one. Let's see. By 11 minutes and 30 seconds, rants about the price of groceries.
It's a good rant, though.
And then on the stop Asian hate, he goes all "it's ma'am" all on that store. The police bullpen, as always with all these 80s movies, we're told racism hadn't been solved. Incredibly diverse police. Hashtag stop Asian hate again. And then we get the Latino gangsters, which he handles well. Bad guys in the 80s have stormtrooper aim. At one point, they do the drive-by. He's like, learn to shoot, homies.
Accurate.
There's the people with signs. My favorite sign was brought to us by Dr. Fauci. We are dying of AIDS. Please help us. He tells the bum to get a job, which makes me really happy. But then he gives him his briefcase. Come on. Yeah, when he yells "get a job," I wrote ABF energy on that one. I Want Breakfast scene. Obviously, I had seen it. Was a little sad I'd already seen
Which
it.
again,
so good.
he wouldn't have that complaint now because cell phones and they serve breakfast all day.
Yeah,
Probably because of that scene.
We're truly in the future. And then it's a sensitive trigger, so he shoots a bunch of bullets into the ceiling. And that actually, I think that's what I wrote down for ABF energy, because he's got the freedom American vibes and the gun vibes like our ABF, but to like actual Alec Baldwin's finger, he's got some serious trigger discipline problems.
I just wanted to say this is the quickest, like, you almost got lit up. Oh, Highlander's a trash can. Almost got lit up, and then you got that too. That is in there. I was like, oh, thank God. Let me put down the defenses. Woo!
Don't worry. I'm gonna watch the first Highlander before Tomac makes me watch Search for Vengeance. All right. Wait, is that the second one?
The Badger Den. Yeah, no, the second Highlander is so bad. There's a director's cut where they basically entirely reshot it.
Nice,
like, and they reframe
like Brave New World.
Just watch the first one, please, dear God. Just watch the first one, at least to start.
So when they were in the fast food joint, the blonde teenage girl, her energy, she was like so positive and like totally cool with the situation. I really liked her energy. I wish you would have like kidnapped her and taken them along like commando style. Playful sexist banter with the female cop. The main detective guy, when he's got his partner and they're like out to dinner, and he does a little, oh, you're like, my wife's hotter than you or whatever. A little like slightly sexist banter. It was adorable. I liked it. Bring back mild sexism.
Yeah, Robert Duvall is also a classic.
I'm not economically viable. That whole rant. I can empathize with you, brother.
Oh, I thought you were just saying that about yourself. And I was like, well, you know, that might be true, Irma, but I think you have many other things to offer. You're a beautiful spirit that any female variety would be happy to have, I'm sure.
Mostly Tomox. I'm happy with the Tomox currently. All right. So we are moving on quickly. All right. So he's in the phone booth. That was probably my favorite scene. He's in the phone booth. The guy comes out and he says, you know, you're taking too long. And then he lights it up. And I think it might be out of order. And then we get to the gamer word scene. We get to the Neo Yahtzee guy who's on his side. Gamer word, more gamer words. Gay guy yells fascist at him, followed by more gamer words.
No different than the Xbox chat.
A hard K. Did not see the hard K coming. So and then he turns out he is a Yahtzee, like, which was weird.
For a Polish person? Are you saying hard K for that? Because I think we could say that. Rhymes with
Jewish slur?
Hard K? Yeah, no. Might be
Polak?
Yeah, no. What's hard K? Kike?
What? Jesus Christ, yes.
Yeah, you can say I'm Polish somewhere in there. You can say it. That's fine. Give myself the card. That's not even a bad one.
You're distracting me because I need to talk about how this was weird because my buddy the day before on like his lunch break, he went into a restaurant and there was two mentally handicapped kids there, like cleaning tables, and one of them was wearing
Why are you calling them mentally handicapped?
A full Yahtzee officer's uniform, according to my buddy. Imagine you walk into like a Burger King and you see a retarded kid in a Yahtzee uniform.
There it is. Yeah.
I would feel like the CIA was trying to like drive me crazy and like make me like lose my mind or something like that. Okay, so we move on from that scene, thankfully, before Badger drops any more gamer words.
Never monetized to begin with.
Yeah, I don't trust a man who doesn't curse. So he probably really trusts you now, Badge.
Yeah.
What's wrong with the street? That whole, because when I see, oh, you need to add a roundabout, and it's gonna take 5 years, and then bazooka trigger discipline, some more ABF vibes. That was a great moment.
He always has one of the copious amounts of firearms, which I approve of.
So 4. So you got the golf course scene, and then the guy has a heart attack and says, "Now you're gonna die wearing that stupid little hat." Which no, okay, we're not talking about anymore. Italian racism, and then I didn't write anything for like 10 minutes, and then the next note was more Italian racism. It was because it's everybody can get in on that. His wife is kind of manic and crazy, and then he has to put her in place and says, "Have dinner ready."
We're gonna shit it down. Sorry.
So I was waiting for strippers. Why did I write stripper? Were there
you wanted?
There were strippers in this? I was wanting strippers, yes. Punches other cop. What happened here? Runs down the pier. Okay, they have him running down the pier for like 10 seconds. That bugged the crap out of me. And this is when I really stopped rooting for him, and that was sad. I wanted to root for the guy. I'm the bad guy? How did that happen? That's what I'm saying. That's what they should have actually done. Where he got turned into the bad guy, but instead, no, I couldn't root for him. And then he had the water gun, which was classy. Which those water guns were like real guns. Oh, is that what water guns were like in the 80s?
I had a water gun. Yeah, I had both real and then like an actual kid got shot like by accident by a cop like at night, couldn't tell, and then they made all bright orange. All the guns had to have like orange little caps on the end of them that we would all immediately take off. Yeah,
and then the last thing, one of my favorite lines, fuck you, Captain, fuck you very much. And then the character's name in the credits is Defense. It's his license plate. He doesn't even have a name. They made his name his license plate.
Bro, I had an actual Beretta that had a rubber band that when you pulled the trigger, it would make gun noises and the slide would rack and everything. Like,
remember cap guns? Where you put like the strip in, or like you have the little like 6-shooter cap guns?
God, it's so funny. Yeah, I don't know.
The good old days.
I don't know. I'm gonna do you know how Ryan Kinnell has his 1-800 Danky thing about the McDonald's burrito?
Yeah, there's a new Danky video today if you guys haven't seen it.
Okay, well, I got my own version of that while we're late and gay and waiting for them. Last night I'm watching Seinfeld, right? Jerry's eating apple pie with some ice cream. We do end when it starts. Don't worry. Right, so Danky might make a meme of this, so look stupid. He's gonna draw you just like that. But once I start, okay. So anyway, so I see Jeremy Seinfeld. You've heard of him. I see him eating this apple pie, and I'm like, I want fucking apple pie and ice cream. I haven't had this in a very long time, but all the stores are closed. So how am I gonna get this apple pie and ice cream? So I go to the local store and I buy, those little cheap Hostess apple pie things that are like 5,000 calories a piece.
Where is this going? Yes.
I'm telling you. So I get these apple pie things and then I get ice cream and I melt them all together, right? And I have the ghetto equivalent of
it's
apple
the dessert version of
it's the he's got to animate the pie. I didn't put nacho cheese or ranch on it. It was really good. Yeah. And then I felt like shit about myself afterwards. I didn't cry in the shower though.
Oh yeah, I used to make ice cream. I'd put like all sorts of crazy stuff in there.
Momentary amount of pleasure.
I'd finish it and it's just like I hate myself.
I did heavy on the hate, but it was so worth it. So worth it. Yeah, see, they didn't even put a poll on how late and gay they think they're gonna be. Yeah, sorry. I ate in the shower. It's like Jay. I had a can of spaghetti and then woke up with the spoon on my back. Did you hear that story ever?
Yeah, obviously.
Sweet Jay. And he cried while eating. That I did. Ghetto cobbler. It was ghetto cobbler, and it was delicious. By the way, each of those pies is like 30 grams of sugar. So I had like 60. Plus the thing, I had like a bag of sugar basically just poured down my gullet. Yeah. Bearded like his ice cream and waffy cone. You know what? A good waffy cone is all right. By the way, who asked me earlier Conan versus Highlander? Because that's an evil choice, but I would probably pick Conan, but only because kid memories. Like I watched it when I was younger. Highlander's probably just that soundtrack.
I'm working on it. It's the next one I'm watching, I swear.
Yeah, that's the one thing where even if they nail everything else, if Henry and Chad Stahelski don't use Queen, I don't think you can make even anywhere close to the original Highlander. But you'll see that when you watch it, how important the soundtrack is.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning with a lot of these like 80s movies. One of the reasons they're so good is the music. That and they're an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. Because so it keeps them tight. I'm getting spoiled, so I don't even know if I can watch movies over 2 hours at this point.
Really?
Like, why?
Did you see that Deadpool is going to be over 2 hours?
How long?
2 hours and like 17 minutes, some shit like that.
Okay, I can live with the 2:15, but we got to stop
Princesses of the Universe would be the 2024 version. Princes of the Here we are. I think they wrote the entire album to be the shit. Like it's not like the movie just took songs from Queen. They specifically wrote the songs for the movie, so they fit in really well and they hit at like all the best moments. There we go. Mo Zamboni for 5. I think that at the end of the stream, we should say, shit it down. Like it down opens. I agree with that. We're going to shit it down as soon as they go live. I'm looking over. It says Waiting for Nerdrotic, which is really should be the name of his book. Did he ever come up? What is the name of his book? but it really should be Waiting for Neurotic. That is the best. I think he said that they rejected it.
Genuinely watching these
Imagine.
80s movies has made my testosterone rise.
They're starting.
Going.
Let's shit it down.
Absolute pleasure. Badger's got a stream tonight at midnight, normal time, and 9 heathen time, and we will be back
9 p.m.
tomorrow.
PST tonight. My channel. See you there. Hopefully.
Saturday at 1 for Nerd Rage, which will eventually be a panel stream when I get around to it and stop being lazy. Love you all. See you later.
So long, and thanks for all the fish.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's been on the whole time, huh? I don't even know. Hello.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Good, then get the hell out of my life. Who needs you? Beat it. Leave me alone.
I needed to get rid of the human garbage, otherwise known as my best friends.
Oh!
Come on! Bonnie, how do you keep getting back in?
Well, bye.
I'm sorry, babe. I didn't mean that either.
Smile and wave, boys. Smile and wave. How do I do this again? In stream? All right.